It was 11:47 p.m. on a cold Tuesday night in Phoenix, when Charlie Kirk heard something that made him stop dead in his tracks. He was walking back to his hotel after his Turning Point USA campus event at Arizona State University, taking his usual route through the quiet downtown streets to decompress from the high-energy speaking engagement, when he heard a young woman crying. The sound was coming from the steps of a small apartment building near the university district. Most people would have kept walking, especially this late at night. But Charlie had learned from years of campus activism that some of life's most important conversations happen when you choose to stop instead of keep moving. "Miss," he called out softly, approaching the dimly lit entrance. "Are you okay?" A young woman emerged from the shadows, clutching what appeared to be a laptop bag and several textbooks. She was maybe 20 years old, wearing a worn ASU sweatshirt, and her eyes were red from crying. When she recognized him, her expression shifted from embarrassment to disbelief. "Oh my God, you're Charlie Kirk," she whispered, trying to compose herself. "I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to." "Don't apologize for having emotions," Charlie said gently. "What's your name?" "Sofia. Sofia Rodriguez. And I know I probably look like a mess, but I just got some really bad news." Charlie noticed the eviction notice taped to the apartment building's glass door behind her. The pieces were starting to come together. "You live here?" Sofia nodded, fresh tears starting to fall. "For now, until Friday. I got the final notice today. I have to be out by 5 p.m., and I have nowhere to go." "What happened?" Sofia took a deep breath, clutching her textbooks tighter. "I'm a junior at ASU, studying political science. I work part-time at a campus coffee shop, but it's barely enough to cover rent and tuition. My parents can't help. They're undocumented and scared to take any financial risks that might draw attention." Charlie listened intently. He could see this wasn't someone looking for a handout. This was someone drowning despite doing everything right. "How much do you earn?" 2 months' rent plus late fees. $1,800 total. I've been trying to catch up, but every time I get close, something else happens. Last month my car broke down, and I had to choose between fixing it or paying rent. Without the car, I can't get to my job. "What about student financial aid?" "I maxed out my aid already. I'm here on a partial academic scholarship, but it doesn't cover everything. I was trying to work enough hours to make up the difference, but between classes and studying," Sofia's voice cracked. "I'm maintaining a 3.7 GPA because I need to keep that scholarship, but working enough to pay rent means I'm exhausted all the time." Charlie felt something stir in his chest. He thought about all the students he'd met through Turning Point USA, young people working multiple jobs while trying to get an education, believing in the American dream but struggling to achieve it. "Sofia, what if I told you that you and your studies could stay on track?" "What do you mean?" "I mean, what if someone took care of your housing situation so you could focus on your education and building your future instead of just surviving?" Sofia stared at him. "Mr. Kirk, I can't ask you to." "You're not asking. I'm offering." Charlie pulled out his phone. "What's your landlord's name?" "Mrs. Chen." "But it's almost midnight. Then we'll handle this first thing in the morning. But first, let's get you somewhere safe for the night." Charlie arranged for Sofia to stay at a nearby hotel. And the next morning, at 8 a.m. sharp, he was on the phone with the building manager. "Mrs. Chen, this is Charlie Kirk from Turning Point USA. I understand you have a tenant named Sofia Rodriguez, who's behind on rent." "Yes. But who is this really? And why are you calling about one of my tenants?" "I'm serious. I met Sofia last night, and I want to pay her back rent and next month's rent too. Can you meet us at your office in an hour?" An hour later, Sofia found herself sitting in the building manager's office, watching in disbelief as Charlie Kirk wrote a check for "This covers your back rent plus next month." Charlie explained to Sofia, "But I want you to promise me something. Anything. I want you to use this breathing room to focus on your studies and your future, not just staying afloat. What would you need to really succeed here?" Sofia thought for a moment. "Honestly, I've been thinking about applying for law school after I graduate. I want to help families like mine navigate the immigration system legally, but law school is expensive, and I'd need to take the LSAT prep course. which costs $1,200. What about living expenses while you focus on school instead of working so many hours? If I could cut my work hours in half and still cover rent and food, I could probably bring my GPA up to 3.9 or better. That would make me competitive for law school scholarships. Charlie looked at Mrs. Chen. You mind if we use your office for a few more minutes? After the building manager left, Charlie sat down across from Sofia. I'm going to help you with more than just this month's rent. Mr. Kirk, you've already done too much. Sofia, let me tell you something. Success isn't just about individual achievement. It's about creating opportunities for others to succeed too. You're not a charity case. You're an investment in the future. What do you mean? I believe you're going to finish your degree, get into law school, become an immigration attorney, and help countless families navigate the system legally. That's not charity. That's smart investing in America's future. Sofia started crying again, but these were different tears. I don't know what to say. Don't say anything yet. Show me that this investment was worth it. Over the next 18 months, Sofia did exactly that. She reduced her work hours to part-time, allowing her to focus on her studies. Her GPA rose to 3.85, and she scored in the 95th percentile on the LSAT after taking the prep course Charlie had funded. Charlie stayed in touch, checking in every few months. He sent congratulations when Sofia made Dean's List, and encouragement during stressful exam periods. When Sofia finally received her law school acceptance letter, Charlie flew to Phoenix to attend her graduation ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, Sofia said during her valedictorian speech, 2 years ago, I was sitting on apartment steps facing homelessness and academic failure. Today I'm graduating summa cum laude because a stranger chose to see potential instead of problems. She looked directly at Charlie, who was sitting in the front row with his wife Erica. Charlie Kirk didn't just pay my rent. He invested in my ability to contribute to society and help other families achieve their American dream legally and safely. After the ceremony, Sofia introduced Charlie to her professors and classmates. This is the man who changed my life, she said proudly. But Charlie had one more surprise. He pulled out an envelope and handed it to Sofia. What's this? Open it. Inside was a job offer. I'm expanding Turning Point USA's legal advocacy division, Charlie explained. We need someone who understands both constitutional law and the real challenges facing immigrant families. The salary is $75,000 a year, plus law school tuition assistance. You interested? Sofia looked at the contract, then at her parents, who had driven from Tucson to attend her graduation despite their fears about being in public spaces. You're offering me a job that lets me go to law school and help families like mine. I'm offering you a partnership. We're going to help other students the way I helped you, but we're also going to work on legal advocacy for educational access and immigration reform. 6 months later, the Sofia Rodriguez Educational Justice Fund had helped 73 students complete their degrees and avoid the bureaucratic pitfalls that had almost derailed Sofia's education. Sofia had started law school at Sandra Day O'Connor College of Law and become a sought-after speaker at conservative conferences about legal immigration and educational opportunity. But the moment that meant the most to Charlie came during a family dinner at the Rodriguez home in Tucson. Sofia's parents, who had initially been nervous about their daughter's association with a prominent conservative figure, had invited Charlie and Erica for a traditional Mexican meal. Senor Charlie, Sofia's father Miguel said in halting English, "You gave our daughter something more important than money." "What's that, Miguel?" "You gave her the chance to become who she was meant to be. In our country, we say Dios provee, God provide, but sometimes God uses people like you." Sofia's mother, Elena, who spoke little English, handed Charlie a small wrapped package. Inside was a hand-embroidered napkin with the words, "La familia es todo." Family is everything. She wants you to know, Sofia translated, that your family now. And in our family, we take care of each other. Later that evening, as Charlie and Sofia sat on the back porch, looking out over the desert, Sofia shared her thoughts about the future. "I still can't believe this is my life," she said. "Believe it. You earned it. Can I ask you something?" "Of course. Why did you stop that night?" "Really? You were probably tired from your event. You could have just walked past. Charlie was quiet for a moment. Because I've seen too many talented young people give up on their dreams, because the system failed them, not because they weren't capable, and because I believe that when we invest in individual success stories, we're really investing in America's future. So you don't just help individuals. Exactly. I help individuals so they can help others. Now, instead of me helping one person, you and I are helping dozens of students. And someday, those students will help others. That's how real change happens. As Charlie prepared to leave, Sofia walked him to his car. You know, she said, when I become a lawyer, my first case is going to be pro bono. What kind of case? Immigration law. For a family that reminds me of mine when I was growing up. Hard-working, law-abiding, just looking for the chance to contribute to this country legally. Charlie smiled. Your mom would be proud. She is proud. She told me tonight that you proved something she always believed about America. What's that? That this country rewards people who work hard and help others do the same. 3 years later, Sofia graduated law school and passed the bar exam on her first try. Charlie was there for that celebration too, along with the first family Sofia represented pro bono, a case she won, helping them achieve legal permanent resident status. The Sofia Rodriguez Educational Justice Fund now operates in 8 states. Sofia has become one of the most respected young voices in conservative legal circles, advocating for legal immigration reform and educational opportunity. And every scholarship recipient gets the same advice Sofia received: use your success to create opportunities for others. Because sometimes the most important investments aren't in stocks or real estate. They're in young people who just need someone to believe in their potential and give them the chance to prove what they can accomplish.